Folks at home, welcome to Tank Tuesday, and just in case you're new to the channel, I'll go over some introductions here. This is a look at our 300-gallon aquarium. We've got two pet bass. This is Bonnie, and this is Clyde, and the most savage bluegill in the history of bluegills right here, named Sheriff. And we've got a special one in store for you today, but first let's look at our other 55-gallon tank. So to start off with, we got our 10-gallon minnow tank. It's stocked up with the bait that we feed them. This is a look at our 55-gallon aquarium. We got Moby front and center. He's a future 10-pounder, eats everything you put in the tank. And then we also have another twin bass, his exact same size, named McCoy. He's swimming around back there hiding somewhere. We got a couple catfish, a pleco, some snails. There's Casper, the catfish. The catfish hide out most of the time. There's Moby, he finally came out. But now it is time to go over what I consider is one of the most exciting new inventions in fishing lures that has came around in a long time. We've still got snow on the ground here in Alabama, and while it's melting, I'm going to take a minute to talk about this new lure that I'm really excited about. This is one of the first animated lures, and a couple years ago I saw this on Kickstarter. And what it is, it's an electronic lure on a jointed swim bait that actually swims. It's got a propeller here on the front. We're about to test it out. I'm pretty excited about this. As an engineer, I love whenever you combine electronics in with fishing lures or fishing technology. I love this kind of stuff. So the fine folks over at Animated Lures sent me one to test out, and I'm already extremely impressed with it, but I'm going to show you a little demo of it. We've got a cork here with about a 2-foot leader, and I'm going to drop it off and just show you how it works. So to start off with, we're going to try it out here in the pool, and then eventually we're going to put it in the fish tank. But as soon as you drop it down, it takes about 10 to 12 seconds to activate, so it's sinking right now, and then as soon as it activates, you'll see it swim here. That is impressive. So I'm just using the cork here to keep it at a certain distance, and you can see they've built in a pause mechanism to where it'll pause, and then whenever it starts back up, it'll swim a different direction. So that way it kind of swims around in circles. It's not just going in a straight line, and it's erratic. That's what makes it look so realistic. Guys, that is extremely realistic if you ask me. I've fished with lures a long time, and to have one that swims on its own, and you could just basically pitch this out there and leave it. It'll swim in a circle. It kind of stays within a certain parameter, so you can see that it's a little bit erratic back and forth, left and right, but it'll kind of stay in this one little area right here. And we're going to test it out in the fish tank later. So I'm literally just going to sit my rod down on the edge here and just watch it swim for another second. And just show you how you can, just hang out on a pier, throw it out. It'd be really good for kids to let them just sit there and watch it. You can fish it at any depth that you want to fish it at, and just kind of toss it out and let it do its thing. Alright, so before we put it in the tank, I'm going to show you a couple more really cool things about this. And to start off with, this lure with all the technology is only $25. We have all of them in stock at BamaFrogs.com. Guys, that's a killer deal. A swim bait with technology built inside of it for $25. That's pretty incredible. But the thing that I really love is check out how this guy is charged up. You use a little USB plug it into your computer and charge it up by hooking the little red adapter onto the top here and the black onto the bottom. I'm about to hook it up and show you how it comes to life. Alright, I got it hooked up. I'm going to plug the USB into any laptop computer or USB charging device. And you see that blue light that just came on. That lets you know it's charging. It may take around 45 minutes to charge, and it'll last for 2 hours of fishing. So you get it charged up. Whenever the blue light goes off, you're ready to go fish. Guys, that's some pretty cool technology, being able to charge a lure through USB. Now it is time to take the hooks off. Let's put it in the tank. Alright, I was about to go guns blazing, put it right into the tank, but Liz brought up a good point. It has a propeller right here on the front lip. Our aquarium is made of acrylic, and it scratches really easily, and also that may harm the fish. So we're going to run a quick test and see how this propeller, how much damage it'll put off, so we don't hurt our fish or potentially our aquarium. Alright, so the best way we've decided to test this is you have to have water to activate it. So I'm going to hold it down in the water for 12 seconds. It's going to come on, and then Liz is going to put this piece of paper right here, and we're going to test it and see how much damage that propeller will do. So we're going to start it. The propeller will keep running for just a couple of seconds. Hold it over it, Liz. Ooh, that was too quick. That was really quick. Alright, hold it down just a little bit. Yeah, right there. Alright, it's about to start. Ooh, it was a little loud. It didn't cut through the paper. I don't want to hurt our fish here in case they bite it from head first, but yeah, right there. Let's see if I can get it on it as soon as it starts. Yeah. It makes a loud noise, but it couldn't even cut through the paper there, so I think we'll be alright. Alright, I just tested it on my finger, and those are some very dull edges, so I don't think it's going to hurt the fish or the tank. Alright, we are ready for the first trial run. We've got it really shallow because I don't want that propeller getting down there in that grass and the plants and tearing them up. So we've only got it at about maybe 10 inches. And we're going to drop it in. And just to start off with, they may hit it as soon as we drop in, but what I'm really interested in seeing is once it starts swimming around, how it reacts. But just hold it back up, Liz. This is much bigger than the bait they're used to eating. So these fish aren't, but about maybe 1.75 pounds, so this isn't their typical size fish, but I want to see if that lifelike motion gets them to react. So Liz, let's go ahead and drop it in. Go ahead and reel your slack up. Alright, let's try it out. No hooks, we took the hooks off. Alright, go ahead and drop it down to the bobber. There you go. Alright, it's about to become lifelike. There's a little bit of interest. Yep, they're definitely interested. You can see Clyde swam straight up to it. They don't know if they have another tank mate or some extra bait in there. Bonnie's checking it out. That's what got them interested, that lively motion. They know the difference in something that's dead or alive. That's a pretty good test. We couldn't get them to actually strike it because I think it's a little bit too big, but you can see they're interested. Definitely interested. Liz is having a time keeping it off the glass. It's swimming in its own little patterns, but you can see both of them are up. They're not scared of it, thinking about eating it, but it's a little bit too big. That's a pretty good test. I think we'll stop here. Alright, y'all were good sports. Liz is about to bring you a good minnow feeding. Yep, they're happy now. Alright, and last week I told you all that we may do a special Tank Tuesday for a Christmas edition, and the number one things that you all said you wanted to see was Christmas decorations and that sort of thing in the tree. So I figured we've already got a bonsai tree here. That'd be a perfect Christmas tree, so we're going to do that. We're also going to add a little light show in here, so we're going to try to dress this tank up and give it a little bit of a Christmas spirit. Alright, so before we get too far into the video, I got a couple of quick announcements. First, let's give you an update on Liz and the baby bump.
Merry Christmas!
You can definitely see her now. So in the spirit of Christmas and giving, we have something special set up. You see all these presents that Liz has wrapped under the tree. She wants to give you all, and we appreciate you following us throughout the year, giving us your time, so we're going to give back, and we got a couple of ways that we're going to do that. First, let me zoom in right here. We got the Whopper Plopper on the Christmas tree. I always put my special touch on there, but Liz does the rest of the decorating, thankfully. Alright, so the way this is going to work is we are going to give away over $500 in fishing lures, gift cards, and apparel this week alone, and Liz is about to tell you about the first one.
So for this first giveaway, whoever can guess the exact amount of ornaments on this Christmas tree will win. And Stephen just finished counting all of the ornaments, so comment below how many you think we put on here.
Guys, I'm going to give you a clue. The Whopper Plopper counts as 1, and the star counts as 1. That's the only clues you get. Here's a quick look at the tree. Not going to give you too much time to zoom in and count, but comment that below. This first giveaway is going to be a good one. Alright, and now we're going to do several other giveaways this week, and if you can see here, the other giveaways are going to be on our Instagram account at BamaBass. So I put a link down in the description as well. We're going to do live streams this week. We're going to do several of them, so make sure to follow us at BamaBass. We're going to do live streams, and here's the only clue about that. It's going to be some Tank Tuesday trivia. We're going to finish this out with a look of our bass mount over here, just in case you guys hadn't seen it. That's our stringer mount. We caught all these bass in one summer. Alright, so Mrs. Claus decided to show you all what one of the first giveaways is going to be.
And Buster's not included.
That's right, the cat is not included in this. So we have a variety of fish head spin. We got the new fish head buzz bait, the new spinner bait, the new chatterbait. These are some killer lures, brand new. We'll be using them a lot in 2018. This is a fish head giveaway. and Buster is not included. Alright, we got the bonsai tree out of the tank. It's bare right now. We're going to put some Java moss on the tree to give it a little bit of a green look. And you know us, as BamaBass, we are going to use fishing lures as ornaments. Alright, with the help of our cat Buster, we got the Java moss on. In case you want to do this at home, all we do is either put black or green thread on, put the moss on, and then give it a really good wrapping in the thread. Alright, we have the tree decorated. We've got crawfish, square bills, ducks, animated lures, more crawfish, frogs, lipless crankbaits, and even rats. Time to go into the tank. And one last thing I forgot to mention, we couldn't have a bonsai tree without Christmas lights. Here we go. We have underwater LED lights shining in red and green. We're going to set these up to shine on the Christmas tree. Alright, you can see the tank's bare without the bonsai tree over here on the right side. Liz is about to drop it in. I'm going to lift up our little lid here, and we're going to set it in and see how these fish react to it. Bonnie's already missing her old tree. Ready?
Mm-hmm. Alright, you can set that down.
Some of these lures are floating, like the crankbait. We didn't account for that. The frog, we didn't account for that. The whopper flopper. All these floating lures. I guarantee you Sheriff's about to go over there and hit that crawfish or something. He does not care at all. Like I said earlier, he's a savage. He'll be eating stuff off the tree. That is definitely one thing we forgot about, but it actually looks pretty decent. The crankbait hanging out here. We got the crawfish down there. The lipless is hanging like it's supposed to. The frog feeder up in the air. And the whopper plopper. We weren't really thinking about floating baits. Uh-oh, Bonnie's back in her little spot there. She's not too sure about these little shad baits hanging around. Alright, we finally have the LED lights installed. Check them out. We got red and green Christmas lights. The fish don't seem to mind them at all. We're going to kill the lights on the right side and check it out. Look at that. That is a holiday Christmas bonsai tree right there. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed it, because that is as good as we can do to set this up for the holiday spirit. Alright, one last look at the Christmas bonsai tree, and now it is time to answer some questions from last Tank Tuesday while we roll some feeding clips from this past week. Alright, first question comes from Melissa Berry. Moby is too funny. What kind of catfish do you have in the tank with Moby? Well, we have a channel catfish named Whiskers and an albino catfish named Casper. Next question comes from 3006 SPRG. Do a live Tank Tuesday trivia. Winners get Bama Frog gifts from under the tree. Well, 3006, we're using your idea, so I'm going to give you a shout out. Y'all go check out 3006 SPRG on YouTube. Next question comes from Michael Sword. At 842, are all the sparkly things in the water from the scales of the minnows? Yes. After the fish eat the minnows, they descale them, and you can usually see a puff of what looks like glitter coming out of their mouths, and that's the scales. Alright, next question comes from Liam Butt. How often do you do water changes? We do them every week, and they range anywhere from 10 to 50%. Next question comes from Will Lammers. What temperature should the water be in the tank for the bass? We keep ours anywhere between 72 and 80, but they prefer it around 78 to 80 degrees. Alright, and the last question is going to come from me asking you all. So at this time of the year, around the new year, we typically go back and do a highlights video. So I want to know if you all would like to see a best of Tank Tuesday highlight video showing all the coolest things that happen throughout the year, or if you'd rather me skip that and just put out fresh new content for Tank Tuesday. So let me know, leave that in the comment section below. And this week's subscriber tank clip comes from Justin Boss. This is a video clip of his crappie eating a minnow, and he caught him in a ditch out in Texas after Hurricane Harvey. But I hope y'all enjoyed it. Make sure that you're subscribed. That way you can follow along with us every Tuesday when we put out videos of these crazy fish. Happy holidays, and we'll see you all next week.
Bonnie and Clyde were pretty looking people, but I can tell you people, they were the devil's children.